What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Wrestling World podcast. I am your host, AJ. Before we get into tonight's video, hit that like and sub button and hit the notification bell for your latest wrestling news, rumors, content, and spoilers. Guys, if you missed Wrestlemania, you missed a great show. We had a double heel turn. We had Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns main eventing night one of WrestleMania, and what a main event it was. These guys went to war, and I mean war, from start to finish. And just when you think these guys were worn out and all three men were laid out in the middle of the ring, Paul Heyman picks up a chair and hands it to CM Punk. Now, CM Punk gets up, and just when you think CM Punk is going to beat the hell out of Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman delivers a low blow to CM Punk, shockingly, and hands the chair to Roman. So then Roman grabs the chair, delivers a few shots to CM Punk, and then draws his attention to Seth Rollins. Now, Seth Rollins had his back turned, and just when you think Roman is going to deliver a chair shot, similar to how Seth Rollins delivered the chair shot to Roman in the Shield days, just when Roman was about to deliver that chair shot, Paul Heyman low blows Roman and then gives the chair to Seth Rollins, which then Seth Rollins delivers the chair shot to Roman to the back, just like how he did when he turned on the Shield, and Seth picks up the win. 1, 2, 3, and Seth closes out night one of WrestleMania with Paul Heyman by his side. What does this do? Well, like I said, double heel turn. Seth turn heel tonight. Paul Heyman turn heel tonight. This gives us a heel version of Seth Rollins and a heel version of Paul Heyman, which I both love. I think they both do great work as heels. So this pairing, to me, is a good pairing. This also leaves CM Punk without Paul Heyman, and this leaves Roman Reigns without a wise man. Now, we did talk about a few videos ago, we did talk about the possibility of Paul Heyman turning on Roman and CM Punk and siding with Seth. But I will be honest, guys, in the beginning of this feud, I overlooked it. I said it couldn't happen because this storyline is basically about Roman and CM Punk. They both they both want Paul Heyman by their side. And so I overlooked Seth Rollins. Big mistake on my part. So then as the storyline evolved more, I made a video and said maybe there is a possibility that Paul Heyman, sides with Seth Rollins, and that's what we saw tonight. And so maybe now we know the favor that Seth Rollins asked of Paul Heyman. And this story has just begun with Seth and Roman. Now, CM Punk was offered an interview after the match itself, in which he had no words. He just walked off, didn't say a word. And so we'll see what happens with him. And to be honest, I would have loved a CM Punk heel turn tonight. I thought it was coming. And to be honest, like I said, before in previous videos, Paul Heyman and Seth, that's pretty much predicted. A lot of people predicted this, that Paul Heyman and Seth would side at WrestleMania. But I like how WWE gave us a couple swerves in this match, making us think that CM Punk would turn heel, making us think that Paul Heyman was loyal to his wise man, but then screwing both and siding with Seth. So I think WWE did a great job, and not only delivering a main event, but giving us a cliffhanger for tomorrow night's night 2. So yes, Seth picks up the win, guys, and it was a great main event. But moving on, we have Jey Uso winning his first World Championship, defeating Gunther to kick off WrestleMania main card tonight. I was not pleased with this match. I was not thrilled because, to me, it could have been better. They had Gunther tap out, which to me made Gunther look weak. And to me, this was also your typical Jey Uso match. 7 moves, a spear, a splash, it's over. But I don't like the fact they had Gunther tap, because Gunther NXT was strong. Gunther as the Intercontinental Champion was strong. And so this doesn't make Gunther look good, especially the build up to this match. There wasn't much of a build up. There wasn't much to build off of with this storyline. It was kind of, just there. It wasn't really interesting. But having Gunther lose in this fashion, I think wasn't a good decision. We all knew Gunther would lose in some capacity. We all knew Jey Uso would win. That was confirmed. I mean, it was, we all kind of knew. But having him lose this way was kind of ridiculous. Now, if WWE would have had Gunther lose how he lost to Sami Zayn, I would have been fine with it. But to me, this match could have been longer. It could have been better. Lackluster to my opinion. But congratulations to Jey. Do I see him keeping the title? Hopefully not. I'm not a Jey fan. Whatever. Moving on. We have El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix, who replaced Rey Mysterio, who was supposed to face Americano, but that did not happen. Americano defeating Rey Fenix. A lot of fans on Twitter are not happy about this, saying WWE buried Rey Fenix, but in all honesty, WWE is put in a tough spot, having to replace Rey at the last second. And, somebody obviously had to lose, but whatever. Moving on, we had Jade Cargill defeat Naomi. I thought this match was great from start to finish. Naomi really proved herself as a heel, and I really enjoyed that match. And I can't wait to see Cargill versus Bianca. I think that's a match that they will set up for next year's Mania or even a Backlash. I don't know, but we're definitely going to get that match soon. It's on the horizon for sure. Honestly, I don't know who won the New Day versus the War Raiders. I think it was the New Day, but I'm not sure. So you'll have to fill me in on that one. I was actually in the car watching WrestleMania as it was going on, and then my Peacock account cut out as I was watching that match, so I didn't get to see the ending. But yeah, speaking of we also saw Jacob Fatu dominate LA Knight, picking up his first U.S. championship. Jacob Fatu looked great in this match, and I think they booked Jacob Fatu as an absolute monster, as they should. And I am very thrilled about Jacob Fatu winning his first championship. This guy is going to be a breakout star. This guy is going to be a future world champion. I think this is only the beginning for Jacob Fatu. As for LA Knight, a loss here does not hurt him. He's lost that title before. He can go on to the main event scene now or do something else. He doesn't need a title to be over with the fans. He doesn't need a title at all, in my opinion. He's over already. So kudos to LA Knight for putting Jacob Fatu over, and this was pretty cool. What I also found to be very cool was Tiffany Stratton defeating Charlotte Flair, which this is the one I got wrong, guys. I predicted Charlotte Flair to beat Tiffany Stratton. And I will give Charlotte Flair credit for this match. They did phenomenal in this match. Both ladies put on a great show. I mean, it really was a great show. And so I did not expect Tiffany Stratton to beat Charlotte Flair, but it happened. And in shock to me, Charlotte actually put Tiffany over. I think Tiffany proved herself that she can hang with the best, and she did tonight. And so you got to give her credit for where it's due. But those are the two things that stand out the most to me is Tiffany Stratton beating Charlotte Flair in shocking fashion, as I didn't expect that. But also Paul Heyman turning on CM Punk and Roman Reigns in the way that he did. And so I thought that was pretty cool, like the way they did that, the big surprise of Tiffany. Like I said, that was pretty much the only one I got wrong out of all my predictions. I predicted Charlotte to win, didn't happen. But hey, I'm not complaining because I did not want Charlotte to win. She doesn't need a title. It's Tiffany's time, so be it. But I feel like tonight was good for the most part. I think tomorrow night will be better. Tomorrow night we'll see Rhea Ripley, Io, Bianca Belair. We'll also see Cena versus Cody. Randy Orton is issuing an opening challenge. Rumored to be Aleister Black or Rusev, who knows. No big returns tonight. I thought maybe Becky Lynch would return after the Tiffany Stratton match. But we could see some big returns tomorrow, as like I said, rumored Rusev and Aleister Black. So Becky Lynch could be in the mix there. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre also advertised for tomorrow. But yeah, guys, what did you think of Mania? I loved it. I think it was great. Love the Seth Rollins heel turn. I think this sets off so many great storylines in the future. We got a good heel Seth back, man. Because let's be honest, he was a good babyface, but he shines better as a heel. And so this could reunite Roman and Seth again and get this feud going and do something special with that. Also, it's kind of we're wondering where CM Punk goes next. What's next for Punk as well. But we'll see, guys. All in all, I thought night one was pretty decent. Other than the Gunther match, other than that match, I thought WrestleMania is pretty decent tonight. Just a bad opener, in my opinion. Could have done better. But it is what it is. But yeah. So definitely a good show. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. What do you think of night one? What was your favorite match of the night? What was your biggest surprise of the night? And what do you expect from night two? But tune in tomorrow. Maybe I'll go live. I got home late, so I didn't get a chance to do the live stream tonight. But we'll possibly be doing that tomorrow. So if not, we'll see. I don't know. I got to work tomorrow, so we'll see. But I will be posting a review of night two tomorrow night as well, as we see Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Expect a big swerve in that. I'm excited for it. But I want to know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you thought about tonight, and have a blessed night. Well, you know what? Actually, guys, real quick, they're giving a recap of the War Raiders versus the New Day. So I can tell you who won right here, real quick, before we get off the phone. So just as I was about to end this video, I'm watching the recap here. 1, 2, 3, and the New Day pick up the tag team champions in heel fashion. No Big E return. That kind of sucks, but kind of sucks that we didn't see Big E return. I was kind of looking forward to it. Oh well. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I thought today was pretty decent. Now, mind you, I was in the car. I had tuned in to WrestleMania like as soon as I got home. Like as soon as I got off work, I tuned in. And saw Jey defeat Gunther like he did, and I was like, man. But then the night got better. So if you haven't watched Mania yet, hope I didn't spoil nothing for you. But if I did, I'm sorry. Go watch Mania. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts about tonight's Mania in the comments. Good night. See you soon. See you tomorrow night for the night 2 review. God bless.